gotta get the cake. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. No, this ain't what you used to. Switch up from the bikes to a new coupe. You know I keep some new shoes. Keep it simple, not like you. All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now. Not playing, man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA. This cold weather ain't for me. Hit the bank, round your way. What you used to? And I'm grinding to the top. I can't let it slip away, so I gotta get the pay. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new. This ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Calls keep coming in for the win, get it in. This ain't what you used to. So you get on my nerves. Trying my line, get curved. This ain't what you used to. Round, round, swerves. Everybody here knows the word. This ain't what you used to. No, you know the drill. Overpaid, now I see the rail. This ain't what you used to. I get it in for my kids. Stack those chips and I get that check. Not what you used to. You see how I live, work my biz. I'm too far from the rest, not what you used to. Okay, this ain't what you used to. Always with the new, this ain't what you used to. I do me, do you? I do me, do you? This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you. Double A, double up. Yeah. Double A, double up. The money I color. Double A, double up. The money I color. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wait. I bet the bank. I set the pace. Guess what I make? That's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff is silent. Double A, double up. The money I color. Double A, double up. The money I color. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. Dubai, watch them bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double A, double up. The money I color. Double A, double up. The money I color. push with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me. I don't care if you push it 40. You can never let it roll me. Euro step like Ginobili, from young OG to the OG. From nosebleeds to floor seats. Circle stronger than Cuban links. My gold dance, your gold plated. You verse me, now that's a reach. We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Hell steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me. I've been sitting at the top, looking down at those who left me. Promise I'm not being petty. I'm the one they envy. Brody moving state to state.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. Glad to have you guys here. We're taking a look at the charts. Got some interesting news coming out today and kind of changing sentiment just a little bit. Hopefully it will stick. That would be kind of nice to see it. Things turn around a little bit. I am still not out of the woods by what I am personally looking for, which for Bitcoin, but it is definitely looking like we're going in the right direction. Now, the biggest thing that how I've charted this out and what I'm doing is a little bit different than maybe what you've seen is just tracking the trend and drawing this bottom trend line. And I copied that, identify the channel that we were on, and then looking at what we, just look back, see that we broke out and we came back for a retest, fell below it, not good. Playing with this line. Perhaps this line is getting weaker as we progress up. I don't know. I just know it comes into play here, and by my strategy, as long as we're below that line, well, for my play and my outlook, I'm still bearish. Yeah, I know. It's looking better, but I'm still in risk mode right now. I'm still not ready to make that jump out there and increase my positions and add and tag on a little bit more risk until I see a candle. I need a daily candle close above this trend line, and then I'll take more risk. And if we break back below this line, I'm going to be very pissed and have to de-risk again. But that's my play, what I'm looking for. Some other people are looking at this a little different. Several different ways that you can look at this for Bitcoin, but there's some good news coming out. Now, if you're looking at this in more of one of those Wyckoff distribution, reaccumulations, different setups for each of those. This one is following more of a reaccumulation, though. It really is that little slant, that little three things down here, with the little possibility of this being a spring and jump the old creek here, bringing us into a positive situation. The only thing is, it's still below my line. So I'm not buying it yet, but I'm watching it. I like that idea. A lot of people are buying that. I mean, that's a very valid thing, and they may be right. Now, I was definitely right in there with them for jumping in on some trades here and got some nice little entries when we hit these little scary areas. But zooming out, one of the big things that you can notice on Bitcoin, if we can, let me get to a chart that I haven't doctored up too much. Look on the weekly, man. Do you see all this buy pressure coming up from these wicks? Now, when I'm looking here on this weekly chart, the one that actually got me flipping bearish because of this MACD flipping bearishly here, that's a lagging indicator, meaning that price could adjust and bounce back before this one will actually show it and confirm it. She lags a little bit behind, and the bigger the time frames you go up in it, well, the more that lags a little bit. But shit just getting started. So I'm very cautious. I'm not going to fall, this is a great place for us. And my original theory is that bounce off of this and go into a nice parabolic move. I'd be looking for right around 78,000 be the next target that I'd be looking at to find some most notable resistance. And I'm not confirmed there just yet. Now the weekly, I'll give it to you. It's showing some other indicators are looking good. Ichimoku Cloud still looks good, although that can change if we get close to it. Well, then we're getting toward danger land. We're not having to worry about that just yet. But we are in the green on money flow. Now that's a great indicator, because when money's in the green, we seem to be, stable or going up. So, we don't have clear signals just yet, but we are starting to see people get a little bit bearish with some of the news coming out, but there's been some bad news out there. Not that the news matters in what I look at. I look at the charts more than the news, or at least that's what I should be doing. And there is this breakout and possible retest here on the, I switched to the daily chart. If I didn't tell you, I'll do that. We got the old green dot here on Market Cipher. So things are looking good right now for a possibility of another flush. Now, if you think back, when we looked at the charts back Sunday, we're looking at the possibility of seeing a little uptrend and also, a little sideways, and it's all coming up, starting to look good toward the weekend. That was my prediction. I'm still holding toward that. What is today? We'll be working on Thursday tomorrow, right? I'm losing track of my days here. Coming up toward the weekend, where again, market makers, I don't know if they're actually doing it or not. That's what I'm doing. I'm testing on the weekends to see if retail's here. Because when I start seeing more and more retail come back into the market, well, then that gets me excited, and I start getting a little bit more risk adverse and start jumping out there. Because when retail's starting to come in, the weekends start pumping up, especially when China gets here, which might be around the corner, by the way. Yeah, I want to be in. And at some point, I expect us to be up in these areas and make some higher highs on Bitcoin. My question is, my friends, it had a chance to do it here, and it lost it again. I think they're going to toy with us a little bit. And, maybe, hopefully, we've been holding this 100 moving average area. That's good. It's bounced off that area here. It's bounced off that area here. I would like to see that trend continue. So, the price came back to its average for the last 100 candles there. That kind of gives a base point. And so now we know if we stay above that area, we're bullish. And if we go below that area, we're not so bullish anymore. That's what I'm waiting on. And so far, we've come back and we found support on that. If you want to reject it off those areas, and maybe this is our higher low. Maybe we will go up. I'm still looking for a confirmation above that line before I actually kind of get more officially bullish, though. How's everybody doing today? Grab out the old chart. We've got Brackets Adventures. There's Joe from Tater Intuition. How's it going, Joe? And I thought I saw Strega lurking in here somewhere. Where is? Glad to have you guys here. Joe says buy pressure. Oops, I can't, man, every time I hit that and put it up on the screen, I get this block, and then I try to read, and it's right over what I'm trying to read. I love when other YouTubers give two options, plan A and plan B, when it moves up or down, and they say, join my group. That seems to be the norm. I guess the algorithm likes that. I don't know. Is today Wednesday? I thought it was Thursday. Today is Thursday, Road Dog. We love crypto so much, we don't know what day it is. Today is Thursday? Man, every day is Thursday in my life, though, Joe. Every day is Thursday. It's weird. It's like Groundhog Day. Is it really? Well, then tomorrow will be Friday, so we're just in the perfect spot for them to park us, to leave us in Wonderland, aren't we? Oh, how's that going to play out? Now, listen, here on the Daily, man, I'm not seeing them. We're above the 9, so my rule is if we're above the 9 moving average, I'm cool with you, Bitcoin. I'm good, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it. But you lose that 9, I'm going to talk bad about you in a heartbeat. Hopefully, what we would want to happen here in this situation is to continue and reclaim the 21 moving average, since we're below it, right? Make up some lost ground and this work our way through this green Ichimoku cloud, which has a tendency to spit us down. I repeat, when we're in a green cloud, there's a tendency to spit us to the downside. It's not good. I never like being in the cloud, especially this. And I'm not liking what I'm seeing here either. I'm just saying. I'm curious how this plays out, but what I want, maybe, you get some kind of dingling pattern here, and dinglings point down and then dinglings point up to the upside. Maybe we get something like that. It gets erected up here to 80,000. That'd be cool. I'm not against that. I'm just saying, right now I'm in risk mode, and man, I don't know if I got my account. I don't have my account pulled up or anything, do I? Just a bunch of windows that need to be closed. All right, there we go. So guys, what are you up to? You know, the market's been feeling kind of bearish lately because we've been kind of bearish, and then feeling kind of happy on happy days. It's kind of flip-floppy, which is all the more reason why I like to stick with the bigger time frames. Always checking in on the weekly, the 3-day to 5-day, kind of get a feel for you know, what the big guys are saying, because that's kind of where we're headed. It's kind of like how the WEF just kind of, you know, how they just kind of decide what humanity's going to do, and then, you know, they just kind of tell like the smaller ones, like the countries, like the daily and the 8-hour and the 4-hour, and tell the presidents and things like that how the, you know, the best ways to take care of their citizens and the world. I mean, not that you, I mean, we're sitting here on the 1 minute. That's all we got, right? I mean, it's not like our vote really matters that much. It's pretty much whatever, you know, the bigger time frames over here, the bigger mooper and global elite shakers want to tell us that it's going to do. It's kind of a more modern way to look at this, I think. We'll flip that out and see if that catches. I doubt that it does. But, you know, as much as I do like, you know, that little thing that I've got going on here, the little channel things, when you kind of zoom out to the bigger time frames, oh, this one does good. This one kind of shifts a little bit. Martha's ears break down. Here on the 5-day, I'm noticing we got a 100 moving average crossing that 200. I likes that. When it comes to moving average, I play a big part in my strategy. I do use them a lot. I value them very much. I am looking mostly for crosses, a lot for crosses, and when price gets near those moving averages. Mostly for crosses, and they just help me figure out how it's going, man. I would say it's kind of like, I was thinking about it the other day, how would you describe this? And I'm kind of like, it's kind of like a river with an undercurrent, man. It really is. And like, let's see. And I've got the, like, yeah, this one, if we can see this. So we got price, which is us traveling down the river. We're just finding the river as we go, I guess. But under here's the kind of undercurrents. It kind of tells us if we're bullish or bearish. It may not work because if you're in a bearish market, it would be an overcurrent. Anyway, basically, if I've got a series of big moving averages, like an 800, something in the 600s, and they're stacked in series and in their number, that's good. Momentum is going up and to the right. Now, and so far we're good, right? Well, now we got a 200 moving average that may be crossing the 300, and that will get it on track, and then pretty much all of these will be in order. So these help me kind of gauge and get a feel for the market, the undercurrents, see what's going on. If there's a little catch like this, I know there's going to be a little bit of sideways or something, but as we figure this out. But once we get across, well, then we got everything lined up. The stars are aligned, my friends, and then we can get a nice move. Now, this little guy will probably take a long time to pull off, but that's on a much bigger time. I think I'm just confused everybody. I think I just confused everybody. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that on the bigger picture, we're up and to the right. We're in the right directions. This, everybody that might have been concerned that we're doing an M and then like we're crashing, maybe coming back to 30,000 or something. I'm not seeing that at all. I don't get that at all. But they do kind of tell me some areas that we may come back. And at the moment, our 50's coming in around 55,000. That might come into play. That could. But it might not. We might just start recovering some of these moving averages. And wouldn't that be awesome? I start with a 9. If I see us recover the 9 on any time frame, I might get bullish on it. And we recovered it on the daily. Now if we can work and recover it on the 3-day, well, that'll make me even more bullish. But I got to see that happen. And right now, we're not there. So I'm not jumping the gun. That's if I'm trying to say anything, I'm just saying I'm not jumping the gun right now. What's you guys doing? Are you guys loading up on altcoins and stuff? Altcoins are looking kind of interesting. I'll give you that. Total 3 looks kind of interesting over here. Looks like she's trying to make another attempt to break out. Now, if she does it, we were looking at this before and we were getting, you know, it kind of bullish looking, right? Then she decided to reject on us. Remember, this area up here is a kind of a significant area, rejection area, but we didn't drop too bad, and we're starting, you know, we be coming up to retest that area is what I'm saying. So if Bitcoin goes into its sideways kind of action for the next 4 to 6 weeks, that would be a great opportunity for altcoins to kind of bump up a little bit. You're seeing it a little bit tonight right now. Some of the sentiment's changing. And there's a little bit of a bump up here on the daily for total 3 there. I would love to see that continue over the weekend, and that might be a possibility, because if we do have retail trickling in, it's mostly altcoins where they're looking. And we are noticing that right over here on Bitcoin dominance, that if I can get you off the screen there, that little line. Oh, whatever, dude. She's taking a little bit of a downturn today, but yet we are still on this channel. So, yeah, what I'd love to see is her break out of this channel again. She's already poked a hole in the wall, people. That's what's so beautiful about this. I mean, we can look at this as being a bear trap, which is normally I'm looking for really bullish activity after that. I'm seeing that and I'm thinking, oh crap, Bitcoin dominance might actually just rush up, because it could. Just as well, she might come back, and this time this may not hold for support, because we already knocked a hole in the wall, remember? So we might fall through. That would be excellent. That's an excellent scenario for us to see altcoins, some money coming to altcoins, and altcoins are rising. That's what I would love to see. But speaking of altcoins, let's start taking a look at them. I got a list. You guys got a list? I'm sitting here looking at Bitcoin right now, just wondering, we're going to get that shoulder, head and shoulders, the ding-a-ling, the old bathroom wall ding-a-ling pattern. It gets a little fuzzy up here sometimes. I don't know if that's what we're looking at or not. I'm trying not to look at it too much. But I'm cool if we decide to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. And for anybody looking at that idea, I mean, notice how we're doing like this and coming up. The shoulders are several ups and downs there, so there could be, you know, some of that happening for that to play out. It wouldn't be just to the upside. Check back with the chat here. Joe says, Rodo, if you had a chance to watch my volume video, it's crazy. I haven't. I'm going to watch that tonight, Joe. I've seen you talking about it a little bit, but I don't think I've actually seen the actual video that you're talking about. But I'll do that. When I try to explain my take on moving averages, I can't always get the words out just right. But I will say I have heard you say arguing against them as being support and resistance. It's my thoughts on that are different a little bit. Not support and resistance. You know, it's a moving support and resistance, right? It varies, but it just kind of, when price comes back to it, it's just like reaching the ground floor again, a base level, and you know, and that'll let you know, hey man, something needs to happen here. We're back at the average price we were 100 candles ago. Something needs to happen. And if the other price, say like the 21 moving average is coming in right above us, and also back where we were 21, this is not looking good. That crosses, I don't know. So let's get on with TRB's been doing some stuff, man. I want to take a look at that. I'm not in this one anymore. Lately, what I've done, well, I guess since we talk about what's been going on in crypto, let's go back to the crypto market again. Kind of explain what I've been doing, because I haven't done a membership stream or anything. I thought I was going to do one Thursday, but it turned out today's Thursday, so gosh darn, there's that idea. So from where we are, and given what I've mentioned, where we're kind of in an iffy place, I'm de-risking a little bit, and some of that de-risking involves like taking my Degen account, you know, the ones that I let my Degen kind of run a while with, like a MexC, which is getting ready to close out anyway on Americans next month. You know, I'm going through and cutting some losers. All these little, I mean, mostly I've got over there are smaller positions. I mean, we're talking anywhere from anywhere from $25 up to a couple of $100, and then I've got a couple of bigger positions. I don't think I've got anything over there on MexC, any one position, because it's my Degen account. It's the one I play with, right? I don't have anything over there more than $1,000. So I've just taken a lot of those small ones, got it out. So there's like, and that's like, oh man, I didn't know I had that much money in there. I was just clearing out some of the ones that I just like had no conviction for, things like that. And I like freed up a bunch of money that I didn't think I cleared up that much. Still in that process, and then moving the ones that I do want off the exchange into my hardware wallets. But that's kind of one of the things I'm doing. And that way I get a little more capital, a little more green in my pocket, just in case we do get a nice downturn and altcoins get kind of juicy. But I'm telling you right now, today, man, they're looking kind of cool. AKT up there around, I thought I saw where she reached about $6. No, $5.82. That's pretty good. It's on the list to look at on those Cosmos to Osmosis play. So seeing a nice, I'm anticipating that this is kind of a positive respect to maybe all the hype over Trump and things in the market. I don't know. But speaking of the news, you screwed that up. Let's take a look at what has happened today in crypto. OpenAI plans to announce Google's search engine competitor on Monday. An AI catalyst right there. Notcoin is launching OKX Jumpstart and Binance Launchpool. BlackRock's Biddle agent submitted a proposal, an integration agreement to deploy tokenized securities on Arbitrum. Ample. EFI Finance announced the release of Elastic Vault. The team plans to launch Ample L buying program via EEFI bonding. Well, that sounds like group to me, ladies and gentlemen. But Chili's, SBI Holdings and Chili's plan to forge joint venture partnership to bring leading sporting fan tokens to the Japanese. And Deso founder Nader Theory announced that the POS testnet hard fork has been successful. Details on Deso staking and the launch of Focus will be revealed next week. Arthur Hayes wrote the first article about Oracle projects. Research suggests that Flower, FLR, I guess it's Flower, is undervalued. NGL Borpa Token.com announced NGL stakers receive a Borpa airdrop. The Entangle Points program will start on May 15th. SLN Smart Layers has announced Rebrick Launchpad soft staking. The staking period for this first launch will run for 7 days. Qtum has released Qtum Curator, an AI image generator powered by 10,000 NVIDIA GPUs. That's interesting. The listing of Notcoin on Binance has led to speculation about the possible ton Binance spot listing. And that is what has happened in the last 12 hours in cryptos.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And there's Grimmer. How's it going? And Moneymaker. Joe also has a video talking about moving averages. And there's Juan. How's it going, Juan? Says, I sold a percentage of ICP. Happy I did. ICP goes lower. Did it drop down? What do you think? I want to get back in. She has been lacking a little bit. Let's take a look at ICP. I've got a spot margin position of that too, that I'm just trying to build a bag of it, because in my, the way I'm looking at it. But I don't want to get too crazy in case, whatever, I gotta move to another exchange and then that screws me as far as all of that stuff. That would be a headache. But it is a nice little way on a good exchange to build a bag quickly and easy and get, my gosh, you could take $5,000 and, run a 20,000 $25,000 account pretty easy. And so instead of having a portfolio of $5,000 portfolio, you got more of a $20,000 portfolio that you can work up with. Pay it back quick, flip it, do the same things, man. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I can't. Sometimes it's hard for me to believe that. I mean, I know futures, perpetuals are a way to go, but this is the way that you're not in trouble getting liquidated for every freaking trade that you're taking. You're not taking a trade. You're just more like swing trading with spot margin, man. That's kind of cool. Or position trading even. So ICP, she did take a little dip, man. I don't see anything. I mean, let's clear it off. I've got this trend line based over here, but that doesn't follow what it's actually doing. Let's take a first look at this little guy. First thing, I want to identify where the buy zones are. The demand zones. Where was it? Everybody was considered a demand zone, and we're underneath it. Technically, we are in it. So this is how I work this, and I can't say that I've seen many other people do this or explain this way, but so take that as you will. But this is just me sharing, man. Taking a Fibonacci, and I'm going from this last high that we had right up here. Going it all the way, swing high to swing low. Tell me where prices got to go. Where should it go? So you think I'm giving you a mnemonic. I'm actually doing a magic spell. Just kidding. All right, so anything below the 236, in my opinion, from this latest high that we had here, I consider that accumulation. I mean, technically, I would leave it up here, to be honest with you, but that kind of lengthens that zone a while. You could even take it down here and do this one, which is not a bad idea because now you also see that there's this area. This is a different, well, another different little funky way to do your fibs. I'm just saying. I know it's crazy, but or maybe different. I'm using that same level, but I'm taking it from 3 different points there. And I'm not trying to do different. I'm using the 236 for the whole thing. I'm just spotting out different accumulation zones, what I'm calling accumulation zones. Different areas where we're underneath that. And that will also act as support. So I'm looking for some possible support at 1095 there. Might bounce off that area. So let's hell with it. Let's go up. Might come down here and bounce off at 801. It just depends on if that level holds. I can't tell you if it's going to hold. I can tell you that we're below the 9 moving average here on the chart I'm on, the 2 week. I can also tell you that there's lots of buy pressure, lots of buy wicks there, and I kind of like that, really. I can also tell you that we're in the middle of a big fat Ichimoku cloud. It's got this little bitty sliver of green, and every time that I see that happen, I like it because the majority of the time that happens, when we jump into a big old red Ichimoku cloud, it is going to spit price. Eventually, it's not automatic. It can get zigzaggy in here, but she's going to spit you out up and above a green cloud that is usually telling you we're going to ride it to the upside. It starts going up this way. Therefore, I always keep an Ichimoku cloud in the background so that I know these things when they're going to happen. Now I'm going to come down to the smaller time frame, take a look at this guy, the 4 hour, because that's a little bit more now, right? And we're coming down to areas that we've seen before, baby. We've been here before. Let's see. Now this one was with that move. Let's see what we can figure out from this bottom to that swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. You're down to 886. This theoretically could be a very good turning point. If it's not, then we're looking at this guy. which would be back where this was wicked, and that can happen. That might happen. I'm also going to take this little Fibonacci that I did and I'm going to go ahead and bring you back down here all the way. We'll just take this whole move, swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. And now this one's bouncing off the 786. So either way you took it, it's giving you a confirmation that we're at a possible bottom, and also an area if we lose it where we could go. So now if we do get a bounce off of this little guy, by the rules of Fibonacci, if you dare to believe, there is a good chance that I will not be able to find the trend line that I'm looking. There we go. The little, this button. There's a good chance that we will revisit $17. It's a good chance that we will revisit $17.63, and then probably face a nice little rejection like we got here, or like we got here. That kind of rejection once we get there. Taking that into account, that's where those are the targets that I personally like to play, because, well, those are kind of toppy tops. And if the goal is to try to sell the tops, well, that's my best guess as to where they would probably be. But I don't want to neglect this area over here to the left. Always looking to the left of where you've been before, because, well, that's going to be a little hiccup too. So there's some targets right there that I think make juicy places to work into a strategy on the ICP is what I'll be doing since I'm in on this little guy. Put some little sell targets right there. And if we are bouncing from this area, 31, 40, 46% gains could be coming out of a move like that if it does bounce here. And it may not just be one bounce. You may not have to bounce twice. Actually, more than likely, I would say that will probably happen. And it would probably be a better sign if it happens, because I find that, you know, if you get a double bounce, you get a double bottom off of a certain, what we call a double bottom off of a certain line. I think it's more likely to hold. Then if you just get one bounce, you're probably going to come back and revisit it and maybe go through, maybe not. But if I got two bounces off an area, I like that personally myself, and I feel a lot more confident that, well, it may hold again. Now, if we want to bring our trend lines into play, and I say, well, why don't we? I always loved trend lines. Well, that was my first go-to right there. It's our little channel, and we can play that little guy. I just measured the width of the channel there, and this is adjustable. Right now, we're just kind of guesstimating, but wherever a price breaks out, we would apply this. That means go back after it breaks out, move your wick back there, and then mark your target. But that looks like it would be about $15-ish from where we are now, maybe somewhere. But if we are coming back up here, this would make a nice double bottom. And, you know, we like bottoms here. We like rounded bottoms, and we like double bottoms. Basically, I just like bottoms. I would rather buy it. My whole thing is, I would rather buy at a bottom. So I'm always looking at bottoms of trend lines. Doesn't mean just, but you know, you don't know you have a trend line until you bounce there, so you missed that one. So you ain't got that one, so you don't know about that one yet. All you're doing is tracing this thing. Maybe you're buying bottoms in that, I don't know. When you get in a channel, now Thomas Wachowski recommends buying that third drop, especially if you get a third touch. This one may not make that. We're looking, if it does down here, 1082 would be a great place. Hope she doesn't. She might do it though. I'm just saying, she might do it. Moving averages leave a little bit to be desired. I'm on the 4 hour. There's some sell candles there, but we are above the 9, and if we're above the 9, I'm good. When we lose it, then I'll look for lower. But right now, since we're above the 9, I'd be looking for higher prices. So looks like we'll be coming up and retesting maybe the $13 area. See if we can break out from there and regain some ground. But what I'm seeing here with the way the moving averages are, they're flipped, totally reversed right now. So we're just right now starting to regain. This takes a while to flip over. So it's got a lot of work to do to start making some real gains back up to these areas. What I'm saying, it's going to have to struggle and turn things around a little bit. But I like it and I'm in it. Basically, just means we're going to have a lot of time with it. That's what my take is on it. Don't forget to zoom out now. And let's see how well this translation started here in the beginning. We need this to hold. There is that man, that's good to me. This is going out on a this could work. This could work. If we want to connect our trend lines from these two, I got 2 touches back here down to this wick, and that's giving us. Let's move that up. Oh shoot! You see me moving things around because I zoomed out. That means I can do it. So maybe 1133, but man, I would really like to see. I'd really like to see this be the trend line. See what I'm saying? But to be honest with you, it's kind of saying that might come down a little bit. It's okay. If it does, we can bounce. If we lose this, then oh man, that's gonna be sad. Then we have to start looking at horizontal support here, 1080 and 9, and see if we stair step down. We don't want. Why even talk about that yet? We're not there yet. We just basically, in a very interesting pattern, when we zoom all the way out and connect all of our dots, and I think this is what I originally started with, except for I had it up here. This is the bottom of the overall channel that we're in. We might touch it and then bounce. If we do, it's okay. It's a time to buy more. In my opinion, it's what I'm going to be doing anyway. And if it breaks this trend line, well, dude, for real. Well, that's when you have to have your come to Jesus moment, because that's no bueno. That's a big thing, in my opinion. And I would be seriously thinking, well, might I need to take a break from this asset for a while? But if I buy here, man, if I can snag some up here around this price, ooh, my risk to reward ratio is skyrocket high. And that's what I like. Market Cipher says there's a little bit of bullish divergence playing in here on these wave tables. They skipped a few, but that's what they're coming up with. How big is we're going? Oh man, what have I got going on here? Hey, I appreciate that one. Thank you very much, my man. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support, my man. Oh, we can like them and heart them? I'm new to this. Well, let's do it all. Oh, there's Mr. Miles. Aye, so Road Dogg is captain of the ship tonight. Somehow Mr. Miles thinks your face would end up right in there. Requesting Caspa as per usual. Let's take a look at Caspa. Man, now she surprised me. And I was and I'm like, yeah, you would do that after I de-risked just a little bit, wouldn't you? I think I had like 88,000 Caspa in my spot margin position, and I think I got 77,000 now. So I did something with 100 because they're getting ready, or what they did, there was a 5x over on CoinEx, and they switched it to on the 9th to 3x. So I had to do something to make sure that whatever they did, I didn't get caught up in anything, and so I might have been okay, but I just, I got to be safe because, man, I don't like surprises with that when it comes playing with my money. So, Caspa. But, oh, nice, Caspa. Do it, baby. You still need to straighten out your moving averages on the 4-hour, but that's a great start. Gosh darn it. Oh, nice. I didn't see that until now. Oh, look at this. 9 crossed the 200. That's awesome. That is excellent. That would be enough to kind of help pull the other ones up, in my personal opinion. And if we can get them all to flip that 200, ooh, I like that. That means bullish, baby. When we flip them all, we're officially bullish. my strategy. I use a 5 moving average strategy. It's different from other things, but similar. It's the same thing, only different. Some people, if you do a lot of day trading, if you like to do the smaller time frames, try the 8, the 13, and the 21. See if they speak to you. You'd use them in the same way that I use them here, and paying close attention to what's flipping and which one's above the other. But if I wanted to, if I was going to sit here and just trade the 1 minute and everything, I would look at that, or I might add the 13 in. That's what I would keep my 9 and add my 13 in. So what we got here with Caspa, man, we got a little trend line there that you just broke up above. All awesome. So what I did, we were in a rising channel, which is bearish, and now we just went against the grain. This channel should technically break to the downside. They normally do. That's what they're supposed to do. And we just said, screw you, TA. I'm going the opposite. She's trying to make a big ass move. I think this might, Mr. Miles, I think this might be the time we go and visit our 13-cent target. I need that. I need that a lot. That would help me out a lot right now. Oh, and we are right at a resistance area right now as we're speaking. And I bet if we pulled a fib, we're probably at a 786 area. So we're at an area we can find some nice rejections. 786, yeah, 786. Oh, you already touched the 618. Look, or the 886. Look at you. I get on here and spout out gibberish, man. If you're brand new to the show, I'm sorry. All this sounds jargon. When you're in crypto, I don't know. When you get here, you're like, what the hell is he saying? And then like 6 months later, you're saying the same stuff and everybody else is saying, what are you talking about? You pick up the lingo as we go, but if I do say anything that anybody doesn't understand, please let me know. I mean, that's why I'm here. 4 hour on Caspa's looking awesome, man. Money flow's coming up in the green. Stochastics are just up at the top. You see they can stay up there for a while, but that's a nice move. So most likely we'll get rejected here somewhere. I'm just saying. But we retest and then we got a chance to start working on higher ground there. I like that. I like that a lot. Need that. Already at 12 point. Yes. I like it. I like it. I like it. What do you look like on the weekly now, Caspa? Weeklies. Man. Now I'm a little concerned about the Ichimoku cloud kind of easing up on us here. I don't want to get in. We don't want to get tangled up in that mess. Don't want to get tangled up in that mess. Just avoid all that altogether. Let's just hope he stays over there. A lot of that. Our moving averages here. We got the little lightning here in the histogram leveling off there, meaning, hey man, we might have found a little bottom. I like that idea on the weekly. I just want to set this number up on Caspa. Go to the angels, Caspa. You taking your damn time. Let's go ahead and extend our trend line and let's look at the bigger picture, because that's all you really should do always. I am mostly a pattern trader, but when I think when you first start, and maybe it's the way that it's taught, I do see it taught, you're looking for just any little pattern and everything, but really? And I mean, that didn't come out right. Have a tendency to focus too much on small time frames and little patterns, and you can. That's a great way, especially if you're learning. It's a good way to learn. And practice. But I used to, when I was learning that, I was a little biased. And because I would hear like some of the old timers saying, triangles, man, triangles. I'm like, well, there's more than just triangles. And when you zoom out though, There's really not much more than channels and triangles, really. And that's what the OGs were saying. Zoom out, buddy. Zoom out. And then when you do, you kind of notice that these shapes over here, if you zoom out enough, they kind of tell you what's going on. And you got all kinds of patterns you can play. I mean, there's not just triangles, but it's a basic shape. It's a basic ground block. And if you just identify that, man, and channels, man, it's a good start. You can just, I mean, some tubers basically out there just trading triangles all the time, basically just looking for flags, just trading flags, like up and handles. So really flags the way that they're doing it. Caspa, so we're at a point where we might get rejected, Miles. I'm sorry to say that, but here's the cool thing. Red Ichimoku cloud we could break up into. I need to see it thicker. We need this breakout for real though. We actually do need this breakout, man. 50 moving average is there. If we get rejected there, we'd be, probably retest that 200 and maybe come back to the 9. Because that's where we were 9 candles ago. Have a good chance of going back where we were just 9 candles ago. It can happen. We don't want that to happen. It could also flip though. I like what I'm seeing. This is the curving of this 50 moving average as the 200's coming up here on the daily. I like that. I want to see that keep curving up. If we see that keep curving, that will be up. So we got some hope. There might be. Well, let's see if she can actually pull through that. I would love to see that happen. But if not, you might be seeing mid 11 cents again. Or I hope not. I hope we don't come down to 9. It's good that we're testing and playing with this 200 moving average here on the daily, and we're back above it. We just need to keep it. I feel like I ramble. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? You used to have around 8% of my profile on Caspa, like a true rookie. Well, the only thing bad about Caspa is there's just so many of them. The tokenomics. I mean, there's a lot of coins out there, and anytime you get into the billions of coins, they're going to end up being slow movers. Even when they get widely adopted, they're going to be slow movers. So, but I think it's solid, and I think it can get to a lot higher prices. But once it gets established, she's going to move like XRP and Cardano at some point. Let's just face it. But getting in early, oh my gosh, man! At 5 cents, I'm sitting here just looking at it and knowing what it's going to do, but I still didn't think maybe I should buy a bigger bag. It wasn't until we come back down here and I was like, yeah, you need to add a lot more of this. SBS says XLM. Let's take a look at XLM. Let's try not to get the market cap. Let's get I got Bitfinex. Oh, okay. I guess this is where we're charting it. Okay. Let's see the daily. We're still under the still under 9 moving average. 50 just crossed the 200. So that's not the greatest sign right now, but the 100 is still above it. That's on our side. That is on our side. Better to keep it up there because we don't want it to cross, and then it's got to recross. But if it don't cross, then half that work's already done for us, right? So below the 9, so we're bearish. Just saying, we're bearish. We might see these areas, might not. Let's come to the smaller time frame and see how she's doing on this 9 moving average. It's above it here on the 4 hour, so it may be starting. So what I would watch for is this area and possibly a little higher. I would be looking at these 2 areas where if it does go up there and gets rejected, we would come back and might go lower, because it might be when you kind of zoom out. Well, that was one of the trend lines we were on, and we lost that. Yeah, you're not gonna lie. I'm still sticking with this I'm sticking with this about 9.5 cent area. I'm thinking that that old saying that they say what gets wicked often gets candlestick may be coming into play here. So we may be coming down, and it may not come all the way back down to this wick area. It can go anywhere in there, but come down and find a newer, higher low from what it is at this candle wick. And if it does that, then we should be pretty good. I know there's people going to say shoulder, head, and shoulder. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Actually, I would say if there's anything bullish here, it would be that, because that just does not belong there. That's a top reversal pattern at a bottom. I just don't. I cringe when I hear that. Yeah, it's in just zoom out. You just didn't know when you're possibly in a pennant that could come down here. But then this could be the new one of them government favorite coins, and eventually, end up being $1 or more. Nobody's picked on these guys. I'm just saying, don't you find that kind of interesting? That's what Stellar is riding on, from my understanding, is XLM. I mean, it's what Circle USDC is riding on Stellar, right? And then they got an ERC22 also, and it's on other chains. But they were tied with XLM. Here's one of my plays that I look at from every once in a while. It does not have to be one of your plays, but it's Arkham Intelligence, one of those AI kind of data collection, whatever kind of. It's private detective. It's kind of like what is that place? Palantir for blockchain, kind of. It's probably about as new world order as you can get, but I'm playing it because it makes some money. I know they're going to love that stuff, so I'm buying it. They're going to be snoopy. They're going to be tracking down everybody's wallets. We already know that. Well, this company aces it, so she's getting some higher highs and higher lows. I really would expect her to break down. Give me something more solid here. Let's go we'll just do the bottoms. We'll do the bottoms and get the angle. I do believe that price travels in the channel. And I believe you can identify that channel. And I believe this one's one to freaking break out of this channel. What? For real? Are you for real wanting to? We have just been pushed up through a red Ichimoku cloud, got a little sliver of green. That's one side that I look for there. We got a 21 moving average, getting right across over 50. We're above the 9 moving average. Everything looks juicy good to me. Let me pull up a few little extra moving averages here and see where they're playing out, if they are at all. And not enough. And I'll put it on a lower time frame here and see where they are. Oh, that's good. That's good. Look here on the 6. I'm on the 6 hour. 6 hour, we're getting the golden cross, which is by moving average is considered to be a buy signal. Now, in my experience, I've found that doesn't mean just buy right now, but it means like buy the next pullback. I find that rule usually kind of works best because she can get rejected and pull back after this crosses. And then you say, man, I should have waited and bought there. Thought it was a buy signal. So that's what I'm saying. That happens a lot. and the 9 is under 21. So it'll probably happen again. I don't think we're going to quite make it up there this time. But nice thought there. There is some bearish divergence there. You know, that's another thing we look at. Should look at. It's easy to forget to look at. Price is going from top to, you know, it's up and to the right, and then on our indicators down here. I got some RSI here that's top and down to the right instead of up, and well, that's a little divergence. And if this it hasn't confirmed yet, so it's kind of silly for me to call it solid until it confirms, because we haven't closed this candle yet or confirmed that we're getting ready. You don't know until she starts going the other way, and then this starts going the other way, and then you can confirm, oh yeah, because anything can happen in between that. So I don't want to rush that. But it's starting to look nice for Arkham Intelligence here on the MACD. Looks pretty juicy on the 4 hour, like it's ready. Are you going to rip? I mean, the 9 could take over the 21, then we'd be all lined up for a real bullish move. Might be one you want to watch for a possible, listen, if this one breaks up, if it does do it now, and whatever, you know, preferably a bigger time frame like a 4 hour, opens a candle there above this, so we close above it, open a candle above it, it's worth taking a risk on, because she might freaking explode. And if she doesn't explode, well, you should be setting a tight stop loss, and you know, you just take it on the chin, but take it's just a little one, just a little nick, doesn't hurt as much. Put your stop loss way down here, then that one kind of hurts. Or you put your stop loss too tight and they come and stop you out and then go up there, and then you just get pissed off. So, you know, you got some options there. Go, baby. Road Dog, CWS has been making me bank. What do you think about it? I think I need to learn a little bit about it. If it's making you bank, what is it? Crowns. You know, I have not played that one. Have we looked at it, or have I just got a bunch of crap on my screen? I think I just got a bunch of, no, I got a trend line. So you're obviously shorting it, right?
Even though it's hard, it's not impossible. Tell them there's no limit, I'm unstoppable. Stop myself.
Let's take a look at crowns. I've been seeing it pop up a lot more lately. And Seascape crowns. And let's take a look. Traders got they're seeing a sell signal going on there. Let's take a look at the investor. It's neutral there. $3.2 million market cap. Nice. I personally, it's risky, but I'm looking for risk. If you're going to make multiples and multiples, like if you're looking for your 25, your 50, your 100x's, you need to take some risk around these, you know, something under $20 million market cap. Those still have the room to do it for you. And, you know, you got to be willing, you know, it may not work out. You may have to eat one, or it may just not go anywhere. So you got those risks going. But man, if they do, well, aren't you just the freaking genius? So the initial token price was $13.18. I bet those people are pissed. All-time low was 16 cents. All-time high was $61. And now that's got me interested. We're sitting at 55 cents right now on this little guy. Circulating supply is almost 5.8 million. Total supply of 7.6 million, right? Okay, so let's see how we. Ooh, look at the valuation grade. You got me on that. I like. That's making me feel tingly. I don't know if I can stand up right now. Fundamental grade is 50%. Cool. Investor grades at 49. It's at 50%. Well, technology grades at 33. I think, have we looked at this before? Or another one. I've seen another one, the technology grade. Technology grade's a little, you know, it could be better. I don't know. C-shaped crowns. I think this was like a gambling play. Gaming. Okay. Next generation Web3 gaming incubator. Okay. I was thinking gambling for some reason. That's why it's good to do this stuff and go see what this stuff is. Seascape Loyalty Center, blah, 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 nerd speak, I don't know. Crowns are the official token of the Seascape network, available on BNB chain. They are designed to reward all key stakeholders of the gaming ecosystem. So we got a BNB thing? BNB play here. So for those of you interested, I do recommend you do a deep dive in about this. But from what I can see, circulating, I mean, we got 6 million tokens, $3 million market cap. All-time high was $61. It's at 55 cents now. I can see the appeal. Gosh darn it. Am I going to remember to see it? All right. I had to make a note. This one looks interesting to me. I've heard other people talking about it, but it was, I think it's, you know, too high to buy. It may not be too high to buy soon. I'm trying to clear this guy out. So I'm going to zoom out. Let's take a look at crowns. It should have some good price history. Oh, man. Okay, so I think I've already identified this before. That would be our accumulation zone. One of them. So 236 fib that we've kind of flirted with breaking a little bit there. We also did it over here too. But she held it well here. What are you doing here? She is ranging right now. So, okay, we got a double bottom and a flaggy flag there. Okay. Got some signs of it wanting to go down right now on the weeklies. Some altcoins are probably going to do something like that. Let's see. This is cool. All right. Now okay. This makes sense to me. On a 3-day, and we got the 100 crossing the 200. Now, a lot of times when I see the 100 cross the 200, I for some reason, I see price come back and actually touch it a lot. And now it touched it here once, and then why would you come back again, though? It's starting to look like these areas are going to be touched again. Because a lot of times I find, you know, if we come back and test the 100 and then we come back again, we're probably looking to test the next one closest to it, which is, in my case, is the 200 moving average. I can't. So, but my 5 moving average strategy, that's what I would be looking for. Why can't we clean you up, man? Now, it actually did touch the 200 down here. It was actually testing the 200. Maybe we can get a bounce off of the 100 moving average area. That would be cool. Maybe. If not, then, you know, we're testing this one again. And if we test it again, after you tested it here, now we gotta start wondering if we're coming down lower. Doesn't mean we're going to, but we gotta think about it in case we do. The moving averages flipping already suggests that probably not. And there's, you know, it's not like there's a bunch of other moving averages trying to kamikaze it. So maybe I'm looking for 46. I'll put that out there. And then we can see if we can reclaim it. But the thing, we lost this trend line. I can take this one into consideration now, and that points us right at a 46 cent area too. So a little confluence, in my personal opinion. And then make sure that we bounce from these areas. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to see a break the trend line. But honestly, it looks like she's heading down on the bigger time frame there. And I come down to the 4 hour, see we're below the 200 moving average on it, and then she can recover, but I would be looking for a rejection at that 200. Hope I'm wrong. But if it's not going to be at the 200, then it could actually come all the way up here. Take a look at it, Whiff. All right, Whiff, you at 316? Dang, girl, really? For real, for real? Nice. Stretch her out there a little bit. Candle bodies to, well, they got the wicks there. If I put it to wicks, it respected that and bounced off of that. I normally look at candle bodies, right? I wouldn't be looking for it to come down here. It said, screw you, road dog. I'm going to throw a fastball at you and go for the wiki wicks. So it did the wicks. But it looks like that's the bounce. So cool. I ain't bitching about it. Shoulder, head and shoulder to the upside. Drunken head and shoulder. Or it could just be like a triangle. Just saying. Or it could be, if you really looked at it, what I would do. What I've started doing, man, really. Let me get my trend line off of there. If I'm just looking at, I mean, yeah. You can always do the shoulder, head and shoulder, man. I think what people are trying, I think what they were trying to say when they do a lot of that is that, yeah, sometimes you can look for patterns within a pattern, like within this megaphone pattern, bullish megaphone pattern, I might add. It has a 72% chance to break to the upside. You thought I was going to say 68, didn't you? That's what everybody else says for everything. No, it's I've got I got accurate stats over here. Which way am I pointing? This way. So I got some accurate stats over here. Thomas Bukowski. I have seen some statistics that claim that a falling wedge would break up about 90% of the time. And, you know, I can't argue with that, but although Thomas Bukowski says 68, and he's got the numbers to back that up because that's what the hell he did for years and years, actually doing the numbers and not just going back, well, it looks like it's going to be a 68%. Let's call it that. No, he can actually calculate you to death, and just I'm just rolling with it, dude. I'm going to let the nerds do the nerd stuff, and then I'm going to apply my intuition and all the things that I'm good at and work with that. And my ability to see patterns and work with that. But that's kind of what I'm saying. But nice retest here, and so we should be coming up, you know, can definitely contest this 480. Man, that'd be awesome. Come back up to the top of the pattern. Wouldn't that be awesome? I likes it. You got all these little areas if you're going to go support and resistance areas right there to target. But I like to get freaky. Let's see if they correspond with anything that I get during my other freaky ways. Because I like to play around sometimes. I feel like playing right now. After we got that established. Well, no matter how I did that, let's do it by the official rule first time. Swing low, swing high, there's swing low. It looks like it's pretty good. Does he match you up with anything? Kinda. Okay, the 100, but that's given. 618 here at that area. Okay. This, I've got a 227. That is probably a 0. I would say that's a 100. It probably should be. Is there 100 on here? They don't have 100. I don't care. It's not that important to me to prove it. So there's some confluence with those areas that we just looked at. That's interesting. Basically, what a swing high and a swing low. Tell me where price is gonna go. And when I use this method, it tells me, man, I want to look at the 618 Fibonacci area. This is what I usually do. This is my normal thing. At 347, so I'm going to put a price label there. It tells me, hey, man, that's a good sell area because we might get rejected there and then come back and come to where we are now or something. It happens a lot. But it also tells me this little area over here corresponds to that toppy top we have over there. That my Fibonacci level is going to front run that a little bit. And that might give me a little edge over some of the people just doing this trend line thing because they might be putting their target right there on the smack dab 430. My Fibonacci might let me front run it. And you know what? Get those people out there that's going to front run that Fibonacci too, man. So that's why you got a zone. That's why we got a zone, people. That's why anytime you see, I put the target, I don't say it all the time, but I do come back every once in a while and I say, man, the targets we got, as cool as it is, and you will see this not just here, but on other places too, but I do see that a lot because I use fibs and measure moves, and I'm kind of picky with how I do it. But you will see price go up and hit it sometimes. Perfectly. Doesn't mean that it does that. There's a zone there. And it's cool, but that doesn't mean that you're the master and you've figured out this market. You're a genius. No, it means, man, you got really lucky there, dude. You got really... But it's not like you're making it happen. I have the power. No, it's just, man. Good zone identification. So it's a cloud, man. It's a big puppy cloud. And you got people, you don't know what people are going to do. They're going to put orders here. They're going to put orders here. They're going to put orders here. If it's me, I've probably got some, I'm doing something different. I've probably got orders stacked. I like to do this, man. Just like I get into things, I get out. I'll stack orders. And if the price comes up there and knocks them out, may not knock them all out. Ooh, it can give me some dry powder if I do that, so that I've got orders down here if I'm doing a range thingy and pick them up. Anyway, we were talking about Wi-Fi, weren't we? I got off on deep mode. I do that. 374 looks like a good area to really keep an eye on. And we're at 315, so that's cool, man. Would love to see this area about 427 get hit back again, and it looks like we might have a possibility. I like what we're got going on here. I like the megaphone pattern, to retest of it. We should be doing good, really. And ideally, we should be coming back up to the top of the pattern right around this area at 486. For whiff! I can't believe I'm sounding bullish for total altcoins. Let's take a look at total 3 again, because I'm having trouble. I want to make sure that we're not just getting a little ahead of ourselves, and it's looking a little bit like Bitcoin did, right? I'm not going to be biased by that. Let me see. So, here on total 3. And this is coming up right in the same area that, where our regular 618 would come up. All or not? Is it not? Swing high to swing low. We got that, and then we got this. Okay. Then we need this still, right? It came up to here. Okay, cool. Let's take a good look at altcoins here. So we got rejected at the 886 fib for altcoins, which is that happened. That's according to plan. It should do that. That's just normal. So now that we've identified the top and the bottom from here, these are the levels that we can bounce off of for altcoins, and we've been hanging at this 236 area. Now it's not a common place to just shoot off from, but when it does, it's huge and strong, and you want to be on that train. But most of the time, there's a pullback, usually at least to the 386 area, which would mean money coming out of altcoins. I'm just going to bum everybody out now. Gosh darn it, I'm not trying to do that. But we got to, I want to know what's going on. The big time frames will help us figure that out before everybody else knows. And that's just kind of what I feel like. I think I have a little bit of a niche for doing that. When I first started trading and actually putting my money in the market, I kept losing, but then after all, I'd have a game plan, and then I keep losing because I wouldn't wait long enough for my ideas to play out because I was looking too far out. And then the shorter term time frames convinced me that it wasn't happening. In the end, I had to finally learn to listen to figure out how I kind of where my charting actually meets reality, in other words. And I'm a few days ahead when I look at these things. And sometimes I forget that, and then that works against me. So a possibility of losing about 20 billion, what is that? $0.2 trillion could be in danger of being lost. Now we can see, like with Bitcoin, they've been bought up quick. So maybe just market makers, whale games, VCs, whoever's out there, the big money out there trading with prices and everything. We're between the 9 and 21 on the weekly, so that's cool. Remember, a big trend, a strong trend rides above the 9 moving average, and eventually it'll lose it. And then I look to the 21 for that area, and usually there's a bounce off of that, and then we continue, reclaim the 9, and continue on our merry little way, right? That's the kind of situation I'm looking at here, but it's going to be a little janky for a couple of weeks is what it's telling me. So right now we're pointing up a little bit, meaning that we might come up a little bit, get rejected, and then come back down. So I'm kind of looking for something maybe like that to play out. So that's what I got from the weekly. Now I'm looking at the 3-day, we're below the 9. So it's already saying she's trying to move down. Honestly, I just see a freaking bunch of chop. Because I'm sorry, the Ichimoku glass tell me we're not bullish yet. We're trying to get there. We are. I mean, overall we're good up and to the right, but we're going to see some choppiness out of Bitcoin and the altcoins over how far is this? Pretty much this month, the month of May. So if I had to forecast, I'm forecasting now. I'm actually forecasting. That's what I would suggest is that. And maybe, maybe it's doing the bathroom wall pattern, which that suggests that we come back down to this area too. We could be making a bottoming or a reversal pattern here to the upside. I mean, we are in a channel, but it does not look to me that we are getting quite ready to blast off just yet. But gosh darn, are you no, don't do this to me now. I just said that. I just said we're going to hell in the handbasket. Now you're telling me you're above the 9. You suck. But as a general rule, if we're ever above the 9 moving average, I'm there for support. We might get, sideways. When I say sideways, we might go up zigzag. Okay, that's what I'm seeing over the rest of the month. I'm seeing zigzags, and right now it looks like, hey man, we actually might get a pump all of our altcoins for a little bit, and that would be great to play with over this weekend. Since today's Thursday, I found out. Almost Friday now. I feel like I lost my whole week in just one day. It was just Sunday the other day, man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to
Let's go back over the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything.
I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone. It's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home. Your name is written in the sky. It might feel just
Once sold at 13ish in different proportions. Just wanted to get in somewhere. Just wanted to get somewhere I can get in. I get it. I think it's a good play.
but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's a word. I try to justify my actions. Less reactions, heartbeat raising. Oh, it doesn't work.
Haven saying something about a globally sanctum airdrop. Gaining about 500 people per hour. Haven's on a whole nother level, folks. Crypto 420, let's see. Glad you're here, man. Stray says Toshi. Oh, Stray says Toshi. I like Toshi so far. How's it doing? Why are you down, Toshi? What up with that? You suck, Toshi. Why you been down? Well, I was hoping to come here and say good things about Toshi, but literally, she never made an attempt to break it out of that. Let's clear this off because we lost our channel. So I'm looking at this as the bearish retest for that to the downside. Let's see what we're doing on Toshi, man. Because I got some of this. I know she's been down. Oh, nice. There's the 786. Whoops, you just moved that. I like that. We're making a higher low there, so there might be be the bottom. Could be. 786 is a notable bottom area, so is the 886 area, which if everything goes to hell in a handbasket, that's the next place I'd be looking for it to go to. I would put a limit order there if only I could. Well, it's. Oh yeah, I'm getting mine off of. I'm swapping on mine. I haven't been playing this one on the decks, but I did get in at a good price though. Okay, nice. So you can look at this in a falling wedge. 68% chance to break to the upside. That's actually true. And so now you get the conundrum. Where did I take my measure move from? Well, you could do it this way, extend it on out and take it from the top to the bottom. That would be one way. Thomas Bukowski, here's his method. He takes it from the top, which I assume would count that wick, and he takes it all the way down to the bottom area here. So he has this. This is the measured move. And that would basically take you back up to that wick area. However, he does give it a probability. He gives you a multiplier to put against it, which is 61. So if we were to take this and move it to our 618 from the 0, did it backwards, it would be from down here. We're counting backwards. Then this is what the Bukowski measured move would be. And we'll mark that as a Bukowski measure move. So if it's wrong, you write a letter to Mr. Bukowski. I'm just doing his method. And that comes in at 0.000816. My only concern is what's going to happen up at this area, wherever it happens to fall when we get a bounce. And then I've also got this idea. I would be looking at 618, the swing high for this, because this was our last high, and this is our lowest low from there. That means we got a little resonance going on there. Are you not going to make a line? And then I don't like to forget about the tops up there. Keep that in mind. So this area is corresponding a little bit with the 382. So we got a little zoney zone here, which is corresponding with this trend line. So it looks like this, 5, 7 to 60, whatever area would be a nice little zone to look for maybe a little stronger rejection. What would that be, Prop? Is that pretty good? Oh, that's almost 100%. That's pretty cool, then. And right now, I think that's probably good for Toshi at the moment. Just see if we can get past that point first. Let's see, our indicators are looking interesting there. That's MACD's looking a little bit more promising. I'm not seeing anything that makes me think that it's just going to immediately pop off. We're still below the 9 moving average on the daily, but we've regained it on the 4, so that's the first steps to recovery right there. Congratulations. Sounds like he's in rehab or something every time I say that. It's also a higher low, so I'm taking that. You might have a chance. I would love to see a breakout here. Moving averages are all reversed, so it's got some therapy to go through before she can actually make some really ground. And there's lots of signs saying Tochi's going to have some therapy for her. I like it. I'm in it, but I'm not looking for any major comebacks from it. I think she's going to have a kind of a reaccumulation error. In my opinion, she's reaccumulating, and then I don't know, whenever they pop off and then try to come back up. Mr. Brown says the song playing right now is a guitar is an Incubus ripple. Sometimes you will hear some very familiar sounds off of Epidemic Sounds. Moneymaker, are there any books or anything else you can recommend to help progress your trading? Yes, thank you for asking that question. I've been waiting for that. Thank you. Seriously, been waiting 2 years for somebody to ask me those types of questions.
Come on.
Over here in the, you would have to go to the Road Dart chart room to have access to that. And I don't know if you're there or not. So let me put the links up. We've got the Cool Kids Telegram group,
Steady, steady, steady.
which I'll put there. That's not it. That's where all the cool kids hang out, and that's where our bot is that does TA for you. It's cool. We got a bot from Coin Trends, and I need to give them more of a shout out. It's the premium bot. I pay for it. I just need users over there using it. They will teach you. You can learn TA. I mean, it's not there to teach you, but it'll do TA for you. It'll help you with strategies and just, it's just cool. Go play with it. It does a lot of other stuff too. It does sentiment and I don't know what all it does. It does a bunch of AI stuff. It's beyond me, but it's there for free. The next one is the chart room, which now I got to put that one up. And this is where all the stuff that you're asking for is. If you go over to student charts, I've got some audio books over. Is this right? I thought I did this in a separate section. Media research. Okay, student chart areas. Okay, I was in the wrong section. No, I put it over here too. Gosh darn it. All right, well, anyway, let's see if we can remember how to do this. There's a media section. I've got free books over here. Okay, I got videos over here. I think there's even videos of Joe over here. Okay, here we are. So if you click the title where it says student charts, it's got, if you go to files and videos and photos, there you go. The files have got books. And the book that I've got a PDF, but I've got the digital version over here for free if you want to download it. I got it from, where was it? If I can find it, I'll resend it. I may even repost it just to make sure it's there. Let me show you what books that I think would, or let me just give you the pattern side. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, because I do this. Okay, here we go. Thomas Bukowski is, in my opinion, he is the greatest of all times. That's just my opinion. It is because of me finally finding out where all this stuff was coming from, because I'm seeing in the trading groups I was in, and other YouTubers, and falling wedge breaks up 68% of the time, and I kept hearing that, and they'd say, well, this pattern's 68% of the time, and I'm like, well, that spoke to me. I'm like, wait a minute, if you can get patterns and there's a percentage that they go, or probability that they do one way or the other, I want to know that. Well, what I come to find out is that, well, it's common for them to say patterns, whatever pattern they draw on the board is 68. It just comes out of the mouth. It's 68%. That's 68%. Well, I called on that real quick and I'm like, there's something wrong here. I found the source of where 68% come from. It's Thomas Bukowski. Well, I'm like, by gosh, what does he say about other patterns? And there we go. So Thomas Bukowski, he has a lot of books out there. You can find them on Amazon. His encyclopedia of trading. Oh, where can we go? But he also has this patternsite.com, which is free. So all the information in his books, other than the boring little stories and stuff. Sorry, Thomas. All the juicy stuff is here on the website. So you don't have to technically go buy a book. But if you want his book, I got a PDF, or you can go buy it from him. I've got his actual book here. I cleaned up and filed it away. And usually there's man, come on, dude. There's usually a picture of your books. Okay, right here. There we go. Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. That's the one. You can buy it used for $54. That's not bad at all. I've seen this thing go for almost $300 because when they're not in circulation, or he doesn't have an edition now, they get expensive because, I mean, it's $93 over here. I paid more than that for mine. I bought one of his books and it cost me I paid almost $300 for it because it's no longer in print. Anything extra useful? Not really. I mean, he mixes things. There will be extra information here and there, but the bulk of his stuff is what you get. This is by far, I think, the best book that he's got. And then again, all this information is also available for free on his website. And so you got that. And also on his website, you can find out more than just about pattern trading. I mean, he goes over, if you want to learn about the candles, the gravestone dojis and all that, it's all over here. I mean, this dude is a nerd. He's a software nerd. He retired in his mid-30s from trading, not from selling courses, not from chilling a trading group and then taking that money and looking like a baller and making trades and telling everybody else how to do something that they're not actually doing themselves. That's my beef against what I see going on right now, is that you got people out there shilling something to tell you how to get to where they got to when they didn't get there by doing that themselves. They got there from shilling what you just bought. I mean, I call attention to it, but I don't want to dwell on it because, well, I've got me to do. And the only way that I can help bring more positivity to this space is to focus on the positivity that I can bring. And if I keep focusing on talking about them, then, you know, I'm not really helping the space. I'm just complaining about it. Is the revelation that was recently given to me, and it was hard for me to take, but I took it. And so Thomas Bukowski, that's who I recommend you to see. Another person that I think is awesome it's advanced, but to put on your radar for some time when you really want to try to just have your mind blown, is W.D. Gann. W.D. Gann was, he figured it out and he took it to the grave with him, but he cracked it. He proved he cracked it. You can tell he cracked it. He's got the record to crack it. He did. I mean, he and some of his secrets are out there. Some of his teachings are out there, but his true secret, he could put price with time and nail it. We know a little bit of how he did it, and it gets kind of out there, but it's fascinating. But he swears that that time and price, you can square them. He just didn't tell us how to do it. So thank you for that question, man. I hope I gave you a good answer. I got on a ramble there, but Thomas Bukowski is if I had to recommend you to a source for some solid information, for some good fun, because he teaches it all. Fibonacci. And someone who I found that resonates me on Fibonacci, who I found out, what I've been teaching myself on Fibonacci is, it's about to spell her name right.
Yeah, just run them. I'm on the mezzanine. I go so hard just to fuck up my enemies. Don't need revisual success is the remedy. Ain't for the top.
I don't know if I'm spelling that right.
Yeah,
Broden. Borodin, Carolyn Borodin. I can never get her name right. Listen, I don't recommend her book. You can get her book, but this is a McGraw-Hill textbook. And here's what I got to say, man. I mean, she does some cool things. Now, she does the fibs, and you'll see my techniques and her techniques, they overlap. And I've added some of hers. And she also does fib time price, but that I have not got onto, and she uses a different tool than what I have in TradingView. She actually manually calculates it out, and I wasn't going down that rabbit hole just yet. But she's good. And over in the Telegram group that we were just talking about, I've also got one of her videos, and she goes over there. Save you from reading the boring textbook, because they can take an idea in textbooks and stretch it out over boring pages and pages with examples and stuff that make my eyes cross. So if you like that thing, there you go. If you're more like, I don't need all the filler, let's just get to what's really going on and talk about it, and then I would fast forward through her video that I put over here in the, I think it's in the, I'm sure it's in the student chart area, and also over in the media resources. I think it's in the media resources. Fibonacci price extensions, check that out. That's her. There's some ICT stuff. These audiobooks and stuff will help you a lot getting your mindset. Just getting the right mindset for it, how to look at it, how to zoom out to keep your sanity. That all this stuff over here, man, that's what it's for. Trade mindfully. I don't know if I've listened to that one yet. I'm like, yeah, I did. What do you put here if you didn't? But I'm throwing some things out like that over there too as well. So yeah, I appreciate that question though. That just got me all fired up. Hey Joe. DP says SecuX. Is that still around? Oh my God, what happened to you, dude? Well, the last couple of days has been a roller coaster for this thing, a 6X roller coaster. Yeah, look at that. Woo! Anybody bought in here already made 6X, man. Look at this. Look at this, man. You had the balls to play this little sucker. How many times could you play it? I mean...
Never been the type to walk around with broken promises. I'm always on some honest shit. I took my time to honor this. Oftentimes I crack a smile while hide behind my confidence. Them same lips you be kissing, yeah, this love.
Wow, if you've been an R-Grip, you could have played it off for 600% here and played it down for another. Yeah, bullshit. It would be technical, man. You'd have to be on your toes to nab that, but that would be cool though. It would have the opportunities are there, man. How many times you do that? We went up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to what? What's the average? This is taking average. 100% or more. Woo! There's opportunity there. That was a nice trading. That would have been a nice trader coin. Wow, that was a mess. Woo. She on the bottom, baby. She on the bottom. The price is under a 9. I just see this one ranging, and I think the only way to deal with this one would just be to get in here on the small time frames and do something. Now it looks like, oh man, it's hard to tell. It looks like the 100 might be crossing over the 200, and if so, that will flip everything. So it might start making some higher highs and higher lows there. Wow, man. You could, somebody could, this would be an interesting play there. If you've got the patience and the balls and the nerves to do it, you can stand through all the ups and downs to take advantage of them. That's interesting. There's a lot of volatility here. What's that look like on the one? That's just wild. Not one that I'm eager to get into though, just saying. But I can see there's some opportunity. That'd be more for the more experienced people out there that do the range trading strategies. For me, no, don't do it. I mean, if you identify an overall range, and then you can pyramid sales in, right? Bigger, small, just teeter them down. Do that also with a buy zone, and you bounce through that range of things and buying and selling automatically with limit orders. If you can do, it's what I do sometimes, but I don't do it a lot. But that would be one way to approach it. But man, it's a busy work. It might as well be day trading. You're there at the computer all day. But dang, man, you make 100% every couple. Not bad. What's the market cap? Wouldn't touch it. Yeah, it's. I mean, it could be But that's risky as all hell. I didn't even know it was still around. Oh, cool. Moneymaker says, thanks a lot. It's incredible. Helpful. My papa, Rising Sun's been studying. Hey, tell him I said, hey. He's been studying GAN. He's been showing me some of his stuff. Isn't it wild? Man. Oh, and he probably, if he doesn't know, let him know that, well, I'd say he probably does. Because over in the GAN section, I have a GAN section over here, but I've got some software tools over here, and they're clean and everything. I'll give you this. I've got the actual files, and I got where you can get it too. Ganzilla, that's a pretty cool software. But this is what GAN work looks like, people. Can I get it up? Oh, you can get this for Windows. Cool. This is pretty. It's detailed, and if you want to jump out in GAN. There you go. Planets, the squares, all of it. But man, it just gives me a headache. One of these days, I'd love to. I want to slowly digest GAN over the decades of the remaining of my life, trying to just touch on the things that he discovered. It didn't only work in charts. That man knew. He called out some other stuff too. It was wild. But he didn't claim to be an intuitive or a psychic or anything. So this is what this says. It's wild. So double bottom possibility. I like that. We're above the neckline. So AIOZ might be heading toward 102 or higher there. This one's got a nice little come up on it. That's one of the stronger ones, I think, is playing. Shadow, I've got a little bit of this. I want to take a look at Shadow. She's looking nice. Make sure I got the right, yeah. Let's take a look. Shadow, Shadow token. Oh crap, which one are you? This is the one I think. Make sure you're not the same one. Well, now I got to figure out between the three which one I'm looking at. So I guess this one isn't going to go anywhere tonight. You're not the right one, are you? I think this is the one I'm looking for. Make sure. Shadow token XHDW market cap is 143 million. Circulating supply is 160 million. All-time high 96 cents. It's in a buy zone for investors right now. It's 89 cents right now. 24-hour high is 96. All-time high was $2.82. All-time low was $1. This one's got a valuation grade 88%. It's got good scores over here. So I like this one. Contract address, is it on here? Make sure we're getting, this one's 89 cents and that's what we had over here. Okay, I got the right one. Okay, so here's our chart on it. So I kind of like this one. Let's find out a little bit more about what it does. Off the top of my head, I really can't remember. Shadow Drive, storage without compromises. Shadow Drive is decentralized, performant, and scalable object storage designed for Web3 builders. Now, like Web3 plays, and we need that because, gosh darn it, we got to own our own privacy. Because the military, industrial, corporate complex is taking all of our information and trying to control us with it. Or at least they're already telling us that's where we're headed, all right? They get all of our little information, they make a digital avatar, find out our likes and dislikes, and then they just bombard us with whatever sales messages, things that they think that we are more inclined to buy, and maybe a little influence to make you do some things you wouldn't normally. I don't know, man. I don't like it myself. I'm not for it. I like Web3. I don't like the way the world's going right now. I'm pissed off about it myself. So I'm all for Web3 and decentralization. Because the commies are coming for us. The commies are already here. And we just got a new name for him. It starts with the letter D, and that's as far as I'm taking it. At least that's who they infiltrated. All right, so $1.04 looks like it's going to be a headache for Shadow Coin. Looks like this wasn't much of a banger to hang out either. She's had a nice little day today, though. Looks like make a little bit of a come up here, a little bit of a turnaround. Nice little bottom. I don't know. Might end up being something she did get up to. It's just one of my little plays. I want to look at it, all right? And what else I've got written here? We looked at that. Didn't look at that. LPT live here. I'm not real big into this, but I do have a position in this. She's taken off today. She's been doing pretty good today. She's back up at $19 today. So yeah. So I mean, she's down to 12. She's hanging around at 14, and now we're at 19. So she's doing pretty good. We talked about it recently because she looked like she might be doing something. And let's see what we've got here. And zoom out to a bigger time frame. Because she got up to 26, and then came all the way down to 8. And look, I mean, this is weird, but I'm going to keep mentioning this because I just see it happening, and I think it's. I do this because I look at the crosses on the moving averages, and it's like, if you're crossing the 200, that's a bullish cross going to the upside. You assume, well, you get a 100 crossing the 200 to the upside. Not that anybody in particular is saying that. I've said that before because it is bullish overall, but short term, it doesn't have to be bullish. I've found a lot of times when I see 100 cross a 200, I mentioned this earlier, I'm going to keep mentioning it until I drive it home. A lot of times you'll see that price start dropping after that. Just throwing that out there. That can work. It doesn't happen every time, but a lot more often than not, you can see that. And so I like that strategy. So when I see 100 crossing over, I'm like, I'm already thinking, oh, I might get this at a discount. I mean, we're sitting here above the 9 moving average. Everything looks like we're getting ready to blast to the upside. And this is, that's when people get pissed. I know, because everything, when that happens, man, it looks so good. It's like, look, man, we made a higher high, we made a higher low, we're above the 9 moving average, and the 100 just crossed over to the 200. We're ready to go to the upside. Now, what I found is that a lot of times we might get it cheaper. That's why I keep telling you guys, man. Just the little things I say, you know, keep that in mind. I just share stuff, dude. I just like to share stuff. So LPT's got to bounce off the 50 moving average here, right? Reclaim the 9, that's cool. Reclaim the 21, baby. Show me you got something for me. I don't want to see you bounce in between here and then start doing other stuff. I need you to show me something. She looks like might happen. You can see that we got a kind of, you know, a little double bottom W, however you want to look at it. That's normally like a sign for a reversal. Might be getting it. Cool. I would be interested in watching this for that. Here on I'm on a 3-day chart, man, and LPT MACD looks like it's trying to do something. What's the daily look like? Daily looks totally different from the 3-day on it. Daily looks noisy, but still positive, making higher highs. I likes it. It looks like the 9 is getting ready to cross the 100 on daily. That should be good. Moving average stacking up. I like it. I think it's actually starting to hit up. Seriously. How would I look at this? There's so many ways you could look at this when it comes to trend lines and all that stuff. I mean, immediately you could look at, you know, we're looking at this. Oh, you see me do this all the time, right? I do this through the little channel idea. Of course, it doesn't really fit in here too well, right? But what if you took the other way? What? Yeah, what if? Why don't you just go this way? Because it respected that. on this side and that side. That might be something. Ooh, is there in a channel? You know, channels have measure moves. But you know, if you put that at the breakout spot, or if you put it at the, I'd like to put them at the retest anymore. I do. And you put the retest, it says, oh, we're almost there. We got that idea. Put it at the actual breakout according to the, you know, the standard rules. And so why did it go down? Because sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it likes to test your grit and your patience.
Energy sure like bars will land like a missile straight to the plan. Energy's more than everything, man. Energy's mad, don't mess with the ram. Certain things in life gotta overstand. That's disappointing.
So there's a 1984, 2283. We need our Fibonacci's too. Do these come up? Do we get in confluence? Oh gosh, we get real close to confluence up there. That's close enough for me to consider that. Yeah, we probably want to look at these areas. Because I got 2341 and 2038 coming with my fibs there. I would say I would look here for some, you know, maybe a good bit of rejection, come back and, you know, higher highs, higher lows, that kind of thing. Remember, we also got this little guy that we're, I mean, if we're playing the channel game, let's play the channel game. Might be breaking out of that channel game. With those wicks. Oh, we got to break out of that channel game. Maybe. Just some ideas for LPT.
I'll carry on doing my thing. I'll carry on doing my thing till we turn into a myth.
And there's Extremely. How's it going, man? Road Dog looks like a pumpkin. Road Dog's starting to feel like a pumpkin. Road Dog actually has a pumpkin face on here somewhere. Just don't have it available. Start using that. Mr. Miles says, why no Discord channel? I like Telegram. That's where I first started. And I've tried Discord, man, but it's too much. Telegram, man, I can use that on my phone real easy. I feel like when I try to use Discord on my phone, I'm like, what? It gets to be a mess. It's too much. So I find that Telegram is easier and simpler to use, and now they're starting to grow, and I think they're going to steal a bunch of Discord stuff. They putting stable coins over there, putting crypto over there like they originally started to before the SEC got to them a couple of cycles ago. I think Ton Coin, man, let's take a look at Ton. I've been making videos on this one for 2 years. And I mentioned the same thing. I mean, this is Telegram, dude. They're going to do some big things. And that's... Nobody cared about it back then. I got the worst performance on that video. Nobody gave a crap about it. But now it's the talk of the town, though. I didn't discover it. I just paid attention to it. It just made sense. Being in crypto, Telegram. Oh, we're going to start doing stuff? Hell yeah. They were supposed to have done it a long time ago, and it looked juicy, and then the SEC screwed it all up for everybody, like they normally do. They would have rocked. They would... If they got to do what they were going to do back then, they would, oh man, crypto would have blasted off already, I think. So top of the channel gets us up to 1048. Really? Hey, it sounds crazy until that one day when you come and say, oh man, we touched the top of the channel. No guarantees, but I mean, it does happen. You see that. That's why I like these megaphone patterns. I mean, look at what we got here. What's it going to do? You're going to come back and retest this area where we came from. Nothing exciting there. Actually, I need to see one little thing here. Might give us a little bit of information. It will give us information because that's all it gives us. Is it bounced off the 050. So yeah, you got some chances to get here. Well, that's my cheater ones. Let me get the right ones. Gosh darn it, I keep forgetting. Sorry. We're going to shoot for these guys. I like that $10 area. That would be cool. Even $8.90. And then also remember, our tops were where we had before. This is a good area, about $7.18. If it falls in the strategy, of course. Then you also got the upside, guys. Which is, the same thing as a $10 thing. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back again tomorrow night. One of these days, I will do a members stream like I promised to. I got to... shoot, I'm running out of days in the week. That means I need to get to bed early tonight and try to do that tomorrow. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate everything, man, because I just like crypto and like to talk about it. My wife don't like to talk to me about crypto, so that's why I got you guys. Hey. This mouse says, it's not really a Telegram. They got in trouble and had to give it up. Yeah, I can't remember all the details about what happened back then, but yeah. I'm sorry, you are correct, sir. It's not actually, Telegram is... Let's sort that out. All right, guys, thanks for being with me. Appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on.
Yes, I'm too boomer for a Discord. Mr. Miles, your face, please. Yeah. Mr. Miles, are you tongue back in your mouth, please? See you, Mr. Miles. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me.